Hi everyone! Sew with me this viral handheld bag. You'll find the pattern for it and many other projects in the video description. Let's get started. For this project, you'll need batting no thicker than 2 centimeters and thin fusible interfacing. I've tested this method of stiffening the bag, and it really works. The bag is soft but still holds its shape beautifully, which is important in this project. And best of all, you can sew it with a standard home sewing machine or a light-duty industrial machine like mine. Iron the fusible interfacing onto the batting using steam. This will shrink the batting and make it denser, just like I'm showing in the video. It'll make sewing easier and also add stiffness and shape to the bag. Sew the bag's pattern piece to the interfacing with a narrow seam to keep it in place. Try to sew in a way that doesn't stretch the fabric or create puckers. Sew slowly and carefully. Once the bag's pattern piece is sewn to the batting, cut it out. Repeat the same process with the second, identical piece. Now let's sew the bag's lining. Make the darts where the triangles are, and then attach the facing to the lining. Go slowly and carefully, as this part needs to be precise. I like to secure the lining to the facing at the beginning, middle, and end to see how much fabric I need to ease in. The fabric might stretch or seem like there's too much, but this will keep everything in place. Now sew the facing and lining to the bag. Follow the notches marked on the pattern. Clip the entire curve, being careful not to cut the stitching. Repeat the same with the second, identical piece. Join the 2 identical bag pieces together. Here I wanted to show you that you can do all of this on a regular home sewing machine. I'm sewing on an industrial one because it's more comfortable for me and much faster. We'll sew the handle now. On the outer side, sew from start to finish. On the inner side, follow the notches marked on the pattern. Then clip along the curve, but not all the way to the end. Leave that little piece uncut. It'll help us join the handle to the bag and let the seam spread out freely. Next, turn the handle right side out and set it aside for later. Let's join the lining first. Trim the excess fabric so it won't create bulk when we turn the handle right side out. Now sew the lining pieces together, but remember to leave an opening so we can turn the bag right side out later. In this step, attach the magnetic snaps to the bag. Now it's time to sew the handles in place. Spread the seams open both on the bag and the handle, and try to match them up perfectly so everything looks neat and professional. Now it's time to close up the opening we left in the handle. Follow what you see in the video. Turn the bag inside out and sew up the opening. Sew up to the point where the facing seam starts, overlap it by about 1 centimeter to make sure the facing is well secured. Trim the bulky areas where the seams meet. This will help the handle keep a nice, smooth shape. We're almost done. Now we need to fill the handle so it keeps that nice, half-round, stiff shape. Cut a piece of batting long enough to fill the entire curve of the handle and make sure it extends about 3 to 4 centimeters into the bag. Roll it up, but make sure its diameter is bigger than the handle's opening so the batting will expand and fill out the handle nicely. To make it easier to pull the batting through the handle, wrap it in a slippery fabric and tie a strong string around it. This string will help you pull it through. I also like to use a long skewer to push the rolled up batting in. With the slippery fabric, it really goes in easily. Shape it carefully, and that's it. You've just made your viral bag. Thanks for watching. If you made your own viral bag, be sure to tag me on your social media. And if you don't want to miss my upcoming projects, subscribe to my channel. More new ideas are coming soon.